vibes are high and the wisdom is real.
We're two black mature ravers who are married and here to talk about all things rave culture, like sustainability, wellness, and keeping the energy alive no matter your age.
From festivals to fashion, mindsets to music, relationships to rave aftercare, we've got you covered.
So whether you're an OG raver in the scene or just discovering the magic, join the Vibe Tribe and let's keep the rhythm going. Welcome to Two Boundless Vibes. I'm Tim.
And I'm Lauren. Today we're talking about the 5 things we learned about Tomorrowland from going to Tomorrowland.
Yes.
First things first, this episode is going to go a little different. The first thing we're going to do is talk about the 5 things that we learned. Next, I'm going to share my vlog, which if you are part of our IG family, you've probably already seen, but I'm going to add some images in and kind of walk you through each day and how our experience went. And last, we're going to have Tim's takeaways and tips.
Yes. So what's the first thing you want the people to know about Tomorrowland?
Okay, first and foremost, the experience is completely tailored to whatever your preferences are, or it can be completely tailored.
Yes.
You can just buy tickets, which is very difficult to do if it's your first time going, or you can buy the Global Journey package, and you can completely tailor that. So the Global Journey, it will include like your flights, your hotel, the shuttle, etc. Lots of options. There are things from just getting your flights or hotel all the way through getting like a mansion for £110,000
For the weekend. Just for the weekend, though.
Yes.
But they also have a trip where you can visit other countries included.
Right. They have the 5-country tour, which is not overly expensive, but you can really tailor your experience. And
Yeah.
I highly recommend that before you decide that you want to go, you look into the packages so that you can figure out exactly what you want to do and what your budget's going to be.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's a lot. It gives you a lot of different options. The hotel that we stayed in, it was a great hotel.
Mm-hmm.
The room wasn't as normally big, but I'm not sure.
I think that's because of the type of hotel that we stayed in.
But the food there was excellent.
Right. Oh, also you can add the dining experience.
That's right.
Something you can add when you buy your tickets, or right after you buy your tickets, you can get different dining experiences. We had dinner with about 7 friends, and you can get big groups. You can do just a couple, but you got to get those tickets early. So that's another thing that you should be planning for before you decide that you want to go.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Other than that, the food was pretty affordable, lots of variety, and pretty wholesome. I felt like they had a good variety of things, and we didn't pay an exorbitant amount.
Yeah, it was relatively inexpensive, the food, when compared to some of the American festivals. Mm-hmm. And it was so healthy and tasty that, if I paid $9 for the, what is that? Strawberry out front. Oh my God. It was
really good.
It was really good, and it was worth it.
Right.
It really was worth it.
We didn't even finish it. The two of us eating it together. So, and then they also had the Avicii experience. So there are more experiences at the festival that you can have that are completely kind of like out of this world. So that's pretty cool. Then I think we can talk about the shuttles a little bit later, but there are paid shuttles. There are multiple shuttle options to get you to the festival, but there are paid shuttles for an additional $38 per day. Just something to look into. And, keep in mind when you're on festival grounds, you're not spending any cash. You're using a prepaid wristband. They call it pearls.
Yeah, you just tap. And it's so cool because, you can add money, load money right onto the wristband. You don't even need your wallet.
Yeah. And then if you don't use it, of course, they're going to refund you back your money. It's not like they're going to keep it forever.
Yeah.
So for me, it's pretty much like a once in a lifetime experience. But nearly everyone that you meet there is going to tell you, oh, this is your first time. You'll be back. Really cool. I really like how when you see people that have gone so many times and they have like their wrist is stacked full of wristbands from all the times that they've been. It's really cool.
That is a cool look, and they're so excited about it.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah. And the grounds are like I can only compare it to Disneyland. For me, it's like a Disneyland for adults only. No kids there, but there's attractions, there are performers walking around, and there's lots of visuals that are like really cool to look at, including the amazing stages and the details. Everything is in the details. I don't want to say the devil's in the details, but they are very detailed. And
and it starts from the moment you land.
if you do the
They
global
meet
journey,
you at the airport.
right.
And they got setups and they start giving out gifts at the airport all the way to you actually get to the location. They got setups at the hotel.
Right.
You know,
they give you newspapers every day, and it was a newspaper. They give you a journal, like leather bound journals, games. I mean, it's just crazy.
Event parties. So the first day, the Thursday before, there's an event party.
There's two parties. There's a scavenger hunt and there's a pre-party the day before.
And the pre-party, not gonna lie, it's kind of dope.
It was kind of nice.
It was kind of dope.
It was really cool. And then afterward, they had the recovery party. So it's more than just a festival. It's definitely an experience.
And what's cool about the recovery party was that the food and the drinks was all free. Alcohol, yes, you paid for it, but not a crazy price. It wasn't $20 a drink, nothing like that. But like if you wanted soda or juice or fruit, all of these things, sandwiches, all was free.
Yeah, they had massages, facials. It was nice. It was a wonderful day in the park. I definitely will show some images of what we had to look at. It was very visually and
you could do yoga.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing. They had people playing music live, giving out desserts, coffees. It was just a chill day to go to the park. The park was beautiful. They had beanbag chairs laying all over the park. So if you just wanted to do that, little different things, the firewalk?
The firewalk, yeah.
The nails.
You could walk on the nails and glass.
And broken glass. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. And like I say, it was all free.
Yeah.
They
also had the Symphony of Unity afterwards, which was another paid experience. But I mean, if you missed it within the concert, apparently that's supposed to be like one of the best parts of Tomorrowland. We missed it completely, but
so you can catch it in Tomorrowland.
You can catch it after
while you're there, or you can catch it afterwards for an additional price. But
all right,
yeah.
So second thing,
okay,
this is a big one for us because we were completely mistaken about this type of festival. It is a daytime festival. It is not a nighttime festival, and the sun does not set until 10?
The sun starts setting at 9:30.
Yeah, and it's not like California sunsets where we have like it starts getting dark at 6, and about 7:30. It's actually no. It's a done.
Yeah, it starts at 9, and by 10 it's dark.
It's dark.
9:30. 9:30.
Yeah.
Starts at 9:30, and it was so funny because over the years that we watched Tomorrowland on YouTube and see the sets, we would see somebody like Swedish House Mafia, and we're like, they're playing early. Look at the sun, how bright it is. They got to be playing early. Only to find out that no, they were playing at 9 o'clock.
It's late.
It's late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And considering that the festival is at 1 a.m., they start playing at 9, they're over like 10:30, something like that. It's only one or two acts behind them.
Right.
So that was rather, I remember.
It was kind of jarring the first day.
It was. Like, oh, okay. We're walking through the city. The sun is still up. And
we went to the pre-party.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it can't. Why is this mall? There was a mall right next door. And I'm like, why is this mall empty? He's like, well, it's like 9:30. I'm like, no way. I looked at the clock for sure. It's 9:30. And then by 10, it was completely dark. So third, I think this is one that really, I feel like should have been known, but it was not a known fact.
It was not.
And that's about the shuttles. So if you get the Global Journey package, they do provide a free shuttle, which is very nice. But that free shuttle is going to leave the hotel around noon or 1, depending on your hotel. I know friends of ours, they had 2 shuttles. We just had one that left around noon.
Yeah.
And it's going to shuttles us from Brussels to the city of, I think it's Boom, which is about 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
So you get there, of course, the music is going already, and that's all fine and dandy, but you're not leaving. You are not leaving. You're going to spend those pearls.
If you're taking the shuttle back, the next shuttle does not leave until midnight.
Right.
That's
Right.
the soonest.
Yeah. So we'll get into some tips on how to
Yes.
better play that off later. But
Yes.
it's definitely a shock, I think. So we didn't actually make it the third day because of the shuttle situation and because we just wanted to, hang out.
Yeah, we wanted to hang out. It was our anniversary, so 1 year, yay, us. But that was great. We had a great time. We did that third day. We watched it on.
We streamed it live.
Yeah, streamed it live.
Which, by the way, it's a 9-hour time difference. We did not know that. So we thought we were live streaming sets at home Saturday night. We were not.
We were not.
That was from the night before.
Exactly.
All right. So number 4, the people are amazing. Like, I know when you go to raves, you're gonna meet a lot of people, but there's no drama, there's no BS. Everybody's super, 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 super nice. I think people are flying from across the world.
Everyone coming in. We met people from China. We met couples from
Australia,
Sydney.
We met some Americans, of course.
We met Americans there, but everyone was so friendly. And, to me, when I talked to them, they seemed a little bit surprised that we came all the way from Los Angeles. Everyone was like, wow, from Los Angeles. But yet everyone was just so nice and accommodating, whether it was the staff or whether it was the
Fellow
people at the
Ravers,
hotel
yeah.
or fellow Ravers. And what's crazy is that we did this trip and almost everyone we spoke to spoke English.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, occasionally there was a small language barrier, but not really. And mostly that was just us on the train trying to figure out, is that French or is that German? I don't know.
Exactly. But we had an amazing time. The people would come up and they would talk to us and they would ask for, could they take video of us while we were dancing? Because we're big dancers.
Or can they dance with us?
Or can they just hang out and dance with us? It was so fun. It was so cool.
And part of that is that you found out the average age of attendance is around 35?
Around 35.
So it's an older festival, which I actually really enjoy because I think everybody's a lot more grounded and stable.
Yeah. And that's that average age, but you see a lot of people that are 50 plus, 60 plus, and it's crazy that they're come up and they're hang out and they're having a good time. The thing about the dress, everyone is just casual.
There wasn't a lot of costumes.
Here
I'll
and
call
there.
them rave costumes, but there were some. We had our little outfits, but they weren't our traditional rave.
Yeah.
We didn't go over the top at all.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the people is the people in Boom. They really show up and show out for the festival. They celebrate with you.
The Boom Town is exactly that. It's a town. It's a small community, and from what I was told, it's Tomorrowland is their biggest event of the year. So with that, you see, as you're walking through, because on day 2, we took an Uber. And a lot of places they have a spot where they drop you off and you walk into the event. So that spot, honestly, was probably about a mile.
So about a mile. The Kiss and Ride.
Yeah, the Kiss and Ride. That's what it's called. The Kiss and Ride.
They call their pickups.
Right. And so as we're walking, we're literally walking through town. And people got their flags hung out their windows. They're out in their driveways with music playing and barbecuing.
The shops are open and they're like, come on in, buy some drinks, get some ice cream.
Everyone is just waving to you. They're dancing with you as you walk through town. It's a total vibe.
Yeah, it was a vibe.
It was amazing. I've never seen anything like that for a whole entire community to be that part of it.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of people rent out their houses and stuff for guests to come into town and enjoy Tomorrowland. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I also thought it was really cool that not really necessarily in Boom, but in Brussels, it was so diverse. We found so many different communities within there. We had all different types of food, and it was just really nice to feel kind of at home because that's how we live.
At Brussels, one of the things I loved was that in the area that we were staying in, it's very neighborhoodish, and very small community type. But I swear they had to be a bodega
it was great.
About every block, on every block, there's at least one bodega. And then they have all these little cafes.
Yeah.
And the cafes are not like American cafes. These are cafes where you walk in and you can order whatever you want. You want a steak, you want fish, and it's all fresh. It's all tasty. The food was magnificent.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Yep. So the fifth thing, there's going to be a bonus. I got to give a bonus.
Okay.
But the fifth thing I want to talk about is the stages. Like, how do we not know there are 16 stages? I don't know if there were always 16. I heard there were 14 before, but there were 16 stages. So
Yes.
we're over here like, oh, the main stage burned down. Oh, well, it's me. No. There were 16 stages.
The library was fire. That stage was absolutely beautiful.
I liked the core, but it was kind of a little bit more intimate and you couldn't put as many people in there. So they didn't do as big of, artists in there because of that. But it was just beautiful. It was like a little.
Wait, because what didn't we see guy from Australia?
No, we saw him at the library.
He was at the library? I thought Lost Frequency.
Oh, no, you're talking about the gym garden. The gym garden. That's where we saw Fisher.
Fisher. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't there.
Okay.
The core is the one with the head. They're actually bringing it to California or LA sometime next year. So look out for that because that's actually really cool. But there are 16 stages. The visual presentation is on point. Even the fact that they had that massive screen, which I was hearing was some rock groups. I don't know if this is true, but I heard some rock group was performing and
I think Metallica.
Yeah, something like that. And they used their stage. I don't know if that's true, but even that was just it was a nice touch. They had a little butterfly on top of the crane that was kind of tearing down the rubble. They left it up there just for effect.
The skeleton of the main stage. So you saw all the metal behind it. That was still there. And they had the big crane that was kind of breaking it down, but they put this massive butterfly on top of the crane. It was absolutely.
And then they had pictures of like the wreckage, like it was like kind of like a museum, and it was it's the touches. It's the touches for me. But anyways, for the other thing about the stage is that for most sets, there was plenty of space. Like Tim and I are like doing our thing, and there's room.
Yeah, even I think Swedish House had to be the most crowded set.
For me, it might have been John Summit.
Okay, but even
it was crowded either way.
We were this close.
Yeah,
we wasn't actually touching, but we're about as close as we are, and this is as close as we got.
Yeah, which was the next rave we went to after Tomorrowland was tighter than that. We had to come out too close. Yeah. The other thing about the stages is the VIP experiences. You don't have to have a VIP experience to have a great time. They're not in the front like US raves. They're actually kind of like off to the side or in the back.
And they are elevated.
Yeah, the difference is that they're kind of like indoor-outdoor concepts, so you're not in the sun if it's sunny and hot or raining. And they have free food and free drinks. I don't know if everything's free, but that's the case. And the bathrooms are great, so you don't necessarily need a VIP for the bathroom.
Yeah, just the plain bathrooms.
Yeah, the regular bathroom.
Really good, and they're all flush. And they're not porta potties.
Yes. They have proper hand washing stations that don't run out of water. It was really nice.
And they have deodorant. They will have deodorant stations, which is, I wasn't expecting that for us to be in Europe.
I was actually kind of worried. I was like, there might be a lot of stinky people, but
it was not.
They had this Old Spice station where they would spray you up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was really cool.
The venue is really big. There's lots of walking, so that's just something to have.
Get in shape.
Yeah. So here's my bonus. We got to talk about the music. This is what it's really about. Okay. So number one, I'm going to have to give. You know what? I'm going to have to start doing this. I'd like to give my song of the festival.
Okay. What's
that? For me, it's Lost Frequencies, The Feeling.
Okay. That was
fire.
Dope.
And then it just the feel of it after the fact. Like I still keep hearing it in my head, the words they feed into the festival, and there's always a song for me that feeds into that. For me, that's the one. So look it up. It's a great song.
I think overall, I really enjoyed the music. And you could just go from stage to stage. Some of the stages are small and very intimate, like the cave.
We did not go in the rave.
We did not go in the rave cave, but because that was a little bit too intimate. But the music. Yeah,
you'd be walking and then you'd be like, "What is that? Oh, that's kind of lit. Let's go down there." And it's like you can have your side quest real easy because you're just as you're walking through. I guess for us, the main stage / the library or the gym garden would be like our preference for stage, and those are kind of at the end. So as you're kind of coming through, you can hit all of the different stages. And if and when we go back, we will hit the rest of them. We missed about 4 of them.
Yeah, we missed about 4. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the music. So I don't know if you found this, but I felt like trance was like the theme. It was not the overriding theme, but every single artist played at least a trance song. How do you feel?
I agree. I agree. Cascade did his set, and it was really
He did the dark
Cascade, which also I got a picture with Cascade. It's really
right
dope.
after the show.
After his show,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
We also have a picture. We have a picture with a man, who we caught like both of them just caught kind of like walking through. Oh hey,
yeah.
So that was really cool. I think that's really cool that you can actually, if you're paying attention and on the outskirts, you can actually see and meet some of your favorite DJs.
Absolutely.
How'd you feel about the sound quality?
Sound quality was good. I enjoyed it. For most of it, it wasn't too loud,
right?
Overbearing,
right?
Where at some events you go to, and you can't stand by the speakers, you can't be
or you can't be up front, yeah, because it's woof.
And I know in the Cascade set we were like right there up front.
We were close for Swedish House too.
Yeah, Swedish House, same thing. And the sound was amazing. Mm-hmm. And when I say like close, we were on the side, but we were probably about maybe 20 to 30 feet away from the front, right. From where they were DJing it.
And I think the other thing about the music that I thought was pretty cool was that the DJs, I think we kind of somewhat knew it, but we didn't really tap into it. That the popular DJs played more than one set. Swedish House played, and then Axwell played, and then Steve Angelo played. And so they had different sets. Lost Frequencies did a couple sets, and so did Fisher.
Yeah, so did Fisher.
And that's really cool where, okay, if you didn't catch them one day because it was someone else you wanted to see, you have another opportunity.
Yeah, and the great thing about that also is that they're playing at different stages. So you don't see them. Yeah. They're not just at the main stage, or they're not just at the library. It's different stages that they will play their sets at. Yeah. So that's cool as well.
The other thing was I was kind of surprised, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's because, what do you say, that man cannot live on EDM? You need Lex or something else.
Yeah.
They had stages where they had one particular stage where they were playing like Caribbean hip hop kind of fusion.
Yeah.
And
it was fire.
They
had Afrobeat, hip hop, American hip hop as well. Yeah. Not just, European or UK hip hop, but it was a lot of American hip hop, a lot of reggaeton,
everything.
And that stage stayed lit.
Yeah.
It was a smaller venue, but every time we walked by, and there were a couple of times we just stopped and just hung out just to listen. Yeah. It was lit. Yeah. Cannot lie.
So that's all we got for our things that we learned from attending Tomorrowland. I think I'll play some of the vlog and show some footage from our trip, which was so good, and you can't wait till you see it.
Absolutely.
And then you'll be back with your tips and takeaways.
Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, it's Tomorrowland, day 1, and I'm just going to give you a quick recap of yesterday. So we flew from LAX to Detroit to Amsterdam to Belgium. Then we took a train to our hotel. We're staying at the Moxie Brussels City Center. First impressions of Brussels. It's beautiful here. It's very green. It's much more green than, our American urban areas, or at least particularly LA. It's a lot less busy, but there's access to everything that you need, like right there. Like all the different types of shops are all right there. It's very nice. So when we got here, we had a few hours to kill. So I talked to the lady at the check-in for the Tomorrowland, a little setup they have in our hotel. She was an African woman, and she was like, oh, it's a very diverse city. Agree with her 100%. We've seen people from everywhere here. And she told me where I could get my hair done. So we went and found a little street that had all these African markets and shops, and they had cloths and foods and everything. And I got my hair did. So it's my first time doing rave hair, so it's exciting. After that, we came back to our hotel, checked in. The room is small but cute. And took a little nap. We ate, and then we went to the pre-party. So we found a restaurant right around the corner. We took an Uber over there, and the pre-party was amazing. It was super, super, super cute. The music was cool. We left when it got really super transy because it's not really our vibe, but we were also very tired. So, a full day of traveling will do that to you. But otherwise, all is good. All is well. Having an amazing time. Breakfast here was free, and it was delicious. The food here is just like everyone says when you leave the country, you get less preservatives and you don't need as much. And we did a lot of walking, which is really good and healthy for us. And we're looking forward to a full day of festivities, activities, walking, etc. Our bus leaves here at noon. They gave us a free Riverspan for a free shuttle. And it's about 10 o'clock, so in about 2 hours, it'll be takeoff time. And so we'll be back with another part update of what happens today. Peace. All right, day one recap. Number one, Tomorrowland is massive. Let's just say Disneyland for adults, like full on Disneyland for adults. I have all this makeup on because, it was hot. It was only about 75, but the sun, like, look at my lips. That's not lipstick. You know I got ghost lips. That's lip burn. It was warm outside. A lot of walking, a lot of dancing. It was so good. We checked out. We got there early. We took the shuttle. There's only one shuttle down there around noon. We missed it today. So we're going to take the train. But we got there around noon. We walked around. We had some food. The food is really good. They have a lot of food. Doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Lots of bathrooms, lots of clean bathrooms, flushing bathrooms, okay? And actual places to wash your hands. Amazing. They treat you like a human person. What else? We checked out about, I want to say 8 or so of the 16 stages. There was Rave Cave. We did not go in there, but that is a stage. We met loads of people. They have some sort of saying that's like, love today, live tomorrow, unite forever. The unity, the vibes. The people were so friendly. We met just dozens and dozens of people that were all vibes. Like there's no bad vibes. We had lots of space to dance and do our thing. It got crowded when John Summit came on and right when Swedish House Mafia first came on. But for the most part, Tim and I are both big arm dancers and we had plenty of space. I even put my bag down a few times. I got a few videos of Tim turning up. I will post a few more videos, but yeah, day one was lit. We got back, the concert ends around noon or midnight. We got back around, I want to say like 1:30, 2 o'clock, which was kind of nice. We accidentally found some weird shuttle that takes you to the actual shuttle that gets you back to your hotel. Otherwise, you have to do a 40-minute walk through the community where Tomorrowland is. And somehow we got out there a little early and there was a buzz. They were like, last one. It really wasn't the last one, but it was just about. And so that saved us. It afforded us to get back at a decent time. We came back and kind of just chilled out and vibed until we went to bed. So that's my recap. Bye. Day two recap. We tired. We may not make it today. We may not make it. We're tired. Yesterday was phenomenal. We got there a little later. We found this couple that actually is staying right next door to us. And on the way down in the elevator, we're like, how are you getting there? Because they were coming late too. And they had a group of them. We all kind of split some Ubers and got to know these new people. They're from Australia. They were really nice. And we met a lot more people yesterday. Tim and I were really on a vibe yesterday. We had plenty of space. We were dancing. We spent a lot of time at the Crystal Garden stage instead. We found another stage, at least we were told about it, called The Core, and it's kind of like a forest party. It was really cool. The music wasn't as great at that stage, so we spent more time at the Crystal Garden. We saw a meme at the Crystal Garden, and then we met him, took a picture with him. That's a second celebrity or DJ picture, as Tim got one with Cascade the first day. We had the Belgian Classics experience. It's a dining experience at the festival. Friends of ours gave us tickets. Thank you so much. It was so good. It was a big group of us. We had extra food. They gave you champagne, and it was just a really nice experience to sit down and have a proper meal at the venue. What else did we do? We tried to go into the Avicii Forever, but we apparently needed tickets, so we didn't get into that. Yeah, it was really fun. It felt like it went really fast. Maybe it's because we got there late. Who knows? It sprinkled a little both the first and second day, and today it's supposed to rain. So they gave us these rain ponchos, which are like kind of like ombre color. They're really cute. But it's supposed to rain for 3 hours today, 3 or 4 hours, We may or may not make it. We'll see how that goes. But it's our anniversary, so we're going to enjoy ourselves anyways. So day 2 was awesome. We saw, what was the other guy's name, baby? That we saw briefly because it was just so crowded. We saw Fisher, of course. So really good. Who was it that we were seeing? Lost Frequencies. We watched Lost Frequencies for about half of his set, but then it got really crowded. People said that was the best one for them of the entire time. For me, it was a Meme so far. Meme was really, really good. Very ethnic, fun music. And the vibes. Yeah. Anyway, we're back at it. Bye. I wish I could say I had a day 3 recap, but we didn't make it. We woke up late, had some breakfast, decided we ain't got it. Our legs were just so tired. So we went to dinner at a nice little restaurant, had it was supposed to be like a grill barbecue, but we had steaks. It was delicious. And came back here and raved from the hotel. We watched it, we live streamed it. Martin Garrix closed the night out. It was amazing. We watched Sarah Landry. That's the first time really watching a Sarah Landry set. It was pretty good. And we watched another, what's the guy's name? I keep forgetting his name. It's the same guy from last time. I can't remember his name. Lost Frequencies again. And his set was phenomenal. Like, really wish we had stayed the day before because we could have really got into it. This was a really, really good set. But it was so crowded down there. So we didn't stay down there. But apparently we found out that it got actually kind of not so bad once you got down in there. But we didn't go that far in. So that's pretty much how day 3 went. It ended early, so there was that. It rained a lot of the time, though. It was raining a lot yesterday, so they gave us these free ponchos that are kind of like a ombre. They were really cool. I have it. Take it home. And we're going to Recovery today. We're about to head out the door and go to the Garden of Elements Recovery. There are like nice lawn chairs and music. They got headphones. There's bites and drinks and more community. So we're heading out. Bye.
Hi, I'm Tim from Two Balanced Vibes, and today I'm here to give you little tips and feedback about my experience, the way I saw it from Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland we just came back from, and it's still fresh in my head, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. One of the things I will tell you guys, it's a lot. You see a lot. There's a lot of visuals. Everything goes on. Go out and do the side quests. Yes, you're going to see the big name acts. But one of the things that we found is that we found a lot of great music as we did the side quests, as we went away from some of the big acts, as we did some of the in-between acts. Hit the side quests. Go to the little stages. Go to the area where you normally wouldn't go to. There's some great music there. Great people as well. One of the things, also is that, I don't know why, but I kind of felt like, and Lauren and I, we talked about it, but I kind of felt like there were times when I felt like I was kind of on display. We dance a lot, and a lot of people were just standing around watching us. I mean, a lot of people were watching us. People were taking videos of us. People would come up and ask, do you mind if I take a video of you guys dancing? And they would take like a full 360 video. They were super nice about it. People would come up and just dance with us, so it was a little bit different, but yeah, it definitely had that little feel, no one really bothered me or made me feel any way funny, but it was definitely feel like, wow, that was a little strange for me, but still, like I said, it was very nice. It was cool. One of the things I will also say is the weather there. Bring different clothing. And by that, I mean, bring rain clothing, bring your summer shorts, bring a jacket, get a locker, put everything in your locker that you will need to put in your locker because the weather changes. during the day, it starts out very hot. Also, while it's during the day, it may rain because it rained, I think, for a little bit every single day of the festival. Not a lot, but enough. So with that said, bring your gear. Also in the evening, it cools down quite a bit. So bring a jacket, bring something to keep you covered. You will need those, especially for that walk back, because if you miss the 12 o'clock bus, you have to walk back through town, and that's a 40-minute walk. So after you get out of the festival, and depending on where you're at when the festival ends, if you're at the main stage, it's a 40-minute walk to the gate, and then it's a 40-minute walk to the bus. So you want to bring something that will keep you warm during that walk. So, and also that, if you leave a little bit early, there's a shuttle that you can pick up. The last one runs at 12 o'clock. The last one leaves at 12 o'clock. That cuts off that walk, that 40-minute walk to the bus. If you catch that shuttle, I think, and we found it on accident one day we left at like 11:30 and we got there like 5 minutes to 12. And they were like, yeah, this is the last shuttle going to your buses. So there's that. You don't have to stay for the last set. If you stay for the last set, which ends at 1 o'clock, then you're hitting that 40-minute walk. Just be prepared. While the festival itself was in Boom, we stayed in Brussels. And Brussels is a beautiful city. Very quiet, though. Very quiet, very quaint. As you're walking through the streets by 6 o'clock in the evening, there's nothing going on. It's super quiet. You have a couple of restaurants that are going to be open, but that usually closes around 9 o'clock. So after that, our bar in our hotel was available. Now that was open 24 hours a day, and it served drinks 24 hours a day. It did not end. And they actually played some pretty good music at the bar in our hotel as well. So you have that, but the city is very, very quiet. Even during the busy times, it's way quieter than you will find in downtown LA or just in a lot of neighborhoods. And it's very clean. They are constantly picking up the streets. I was just kind of amazed how clean the city was. My last thing I would say is for you to take some extra days. Don't just do the trip. You're in Europe. I don't know how often you're going to get there. So go riding around. Take the train. You can take the train over to Amsterdam or take the train to Antwerp. There are a lot of cities that you can just go in by train, do some shopping, go to chocolate. I forget what they're called, but they make chocolate right there for you. And it's amazing. Brussels is known for their chocolate. We had a lot of chocolate. It all tasted great. We also lost about $200 worth of chocolate too. But in all, it was still amazing. So take the extra days, do those trips, and at the very least, take some days on the back end in case of jet lag, because there's a 9-hour time difference. And when you get back, it may take some time for your body to adjust back to your normal schedule. So take those extra days and that extra time. It was an amazing trip overall. We loved it. I give it a 20 out of 10 for the entire trip, including the festival. If you have an opportunity to do it, I would definitely say do it. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.